Creek, the county, under its current development standards, has a setback from that creek, so you're not going to be able to develop through here. We just walked by a little wetlands feature down there. You could tell, you know, there's not big firs in that lower area. The vegetation's different, so there's a little wetland down here. Probably not going to develop there. That gets really expensive if you need to fill it and mitigate it by different state laws. There's another little hatching pattern in here, as I said, working with the Lane County Sanitarian, where we learned where the soils would actually accommodate any sort of septic system. So if development were to happen tomorrow, we don't have a sewer system out here. So there's only certain areas where you could actually build and provide a septic system. And then again, Rob, and the Blue River Water District, maybe soon to be sanitation district.
Yep.
I'm always losing track of names and future names. They're interested in preserving a certain section of the site for a smaller 2,500 gallon drain field for about 8 homes. Where those serve, or the houses that those are serving, is probably going to be down Blue River Drive somewhere. I think I've heard even downtown. And so with that community perspective, like wanting to serve the community, we've just set this aside to show what 2,500 gallons really looks like. So 16 acres sounds really big. If you're thinking of downtown Portland, those city blocks, 200 by 200, that's an acre. So it feels like, oh, 16 should be a lot. Well, this map shows you there's actually a lot of constraints out here. What was that? There's actually a lot of constraints out here, so that 1,600 disappears kind of quickly. What we developed here were just little puzzle pieces. So as we're meeting with the general public and neighbors and residents, we know part of making the track truly complete for all competitors that might want to be here would be a hammer throw. So let's figure out a spot where the hammer throw one day would want to fit.
Maybe.
What the spear chuckers?
He's working for me, so I got to make him happy first. Then, if we wanted a lot of different houses or a lot of different housing types, we know there's a whole second drain field that needs to go somewhere, up to 2,500 acres. So we asked people last week, and we would ask people in future meetings, where does that go? Does it go, you know, do you combine it? Do you set it here? It's very limited by the soil types. We've heard some discussions about different types of industrial, possibly a small hostel or hotel lodging that would serve the track. This is all mathematical, right? Every one of these land use types has a certain flow rate for a septic system. So all you can do here is an additional 2,500 acres. So each one of these little puzzle pieces it's a debit game, right? You're moving things. You can only move so many pieces on the puzzle before you're exhausted, because you're just debiting against an additional 2,500 gallons. So there's 25 for the community, there's 2,500 for the site, and then you're done. And so what we asked people last week was, tell us what you want. You know, the hammer throw has no real impact, right? So that was an easy one from what I understand. I wasn't here on Sunday afternoon, but the
Except when the hammer lands, then it has an impact.
Yep. Touche, yes. I ran a lot of track in high school and college. We were usually avoiding the javelin throwers, right. But that's wise. So just to give you an idea, the hotel is about 1,000 gallons, right? So this is symbolic of both the hotel itself and the associated parking. So that might land on there somewhere, and then really a duplex with 750 gallons doesn't get you very far, right? So over this entire site, you might get that lodge, the hammer throw, and maybe a duplex.
Sold.
Anything with the hammer, right?
What about the path? We need the path.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. Thank you. So yeah, we did include the multi-use path here. There's a connection up to the roadway because the county is contemplating or is considering improvements on Blue River Drive. which would also include a path where currently there's just open ditches where people can't safely walk to school. So there is that interconnectivity from a transportation standpoint. But Brandy just asked me to kind of give you all an idea of what this public outreach would look like. And so this is what we've developed essentially.